Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Training and Development Class 5. In last class, we had a discussion of process of training, and also the previous class we had discussed some of the difference between training and development. Okay, I hope you are clear with those concepts. So in today's class, I'm going to talk about the difference between training and development, training and education. Okay, so how training is different from education. So before we move on to the main topic, that is difference, let us know what is education. Since we know already what is training, so let me tell you in detail what is education. Okay. So as we know, education is not just you know what you study and what you learn from the books or any of the articles. It is not just what what qualification you have or what grades you have. Okay, so here education is all about your respect, your values, or your social values, or your cultural beliefs, or cultural background, or maybe your socializing with the people. Okay, so all of them we can call it as education. Okay, so from where do you learn all these social values? So here you learn respect, social values, cultural beliefs, and relationships. You learn all of them from your family, that is nothing but parents, from your society and educational institutions, and also friends. So here we call it as altogether we call it as social institutions. Okay, so here when we talk about social institutions, which includes your family, society, or friends, educational institutions, okay, all of them we call it as a social institutions. So here you learn from these social institutions, you learn respect, social values or social beliefs, cultural beliefs, and also socializing with people. That's nothing but relationships. Okay, so all of them you study from the social institutions, in form of an education. Okay, so from these social institutions, you learn how to respect others, how to socialize with people, and how to follow our cultural beliefs or religious values, and also how to build a good relationship, you know how to face the challenges. Okay, so I can say in simple, this social institutions, with the help of education, they make an individual as a responsible person or responsible citizen. Okay, as a whole, education which makes an individual or a person as a responsible citizen or a person in a in a country or in a society, with the help of social institutions. Okay, um, so in simply I can say education is all about, it's a process of systematic learning something in an institutions. Okay, so it's all about, it's a process of systematic learning something in an institutions, which develops a sense of judgment. Okay, so when we talk about it's a process of systematic learning. So what is the systematic learning? Okay, so have you ever seen any colleges or educational institutions who conducts exams first, then they teach us the concepts? Never. It will never happen, right? We did not find any institutions or any colleges who conducts exams first, then they teach concept. No. So here they follow systematic instruction, systematic rules and regulations, right? So first they teach the concept, right? First they teach us the concept or the lessons, then they conduct the examination, right? That is how we follow, that is how education institutions or any colleges or university follow the systematic process. So that is why we call it education as a systematic process. Okay, so here there won't be anything there, they won't mug up everything. They just make it as a process. Okay, they just follow it in a systematic way. Okay, and also when I'm talking about sense of judgment, so I told you this education, this develops a sense of judgment. Yes, so you know we learn some common sense, we learn sense of judging someone. How do we judge someone? We should have a knowledge, we should have a proper knowledge. We can't judge someone else, right? So it simply means that it helps us to know what we are and what is our focus. Okay, so it helps us to develop our mental ability, and it helps us to gain some knowledge. Okay, how to judge other and how to respect others. As I told you, I know the main focus here is that it helps us to know our future focus, like where we are and what are we become. Okay, so here we learn everything. So we learn the knowledge, or I can say we learn the education with the goal of acquiring the knowledge. Okay, I can say in education, a person learns facts, concepts, and theories. Okay, so everything you learn from the social institutions. Okay, but when we talk about training, okay, training in training, a person learn how to apply these facts and these concepts and these theories. Okay, education which purely based on theoretical knowledge, whereas the training which is purely based on practical knowledge. Okay, so here in education you learn, or maybe a person learns facts and figures, concepts and theories, but in training you learn how to apply these facts, concepts and theories in a particular job. Okay, so even though education and training, both of them seems to be a similar words, but they are not similar. Okay, the some of you think the education and training is one and the same in the with the sense, maybe in the meaning, but these are two different words. It both of them have two different meaning. Okay, so here training is totally different from education. First comes education, then comes training. Okay, as I already told you, you learn everything from education to a up to theoretical knowledge. You get theoretical knowledge, then you jump into practical. You just make a practice with the help of theoretical knowledge, that too in the process of training. Okay, so let us know the difference, the major difference between training and education. Talking about the meaning. Okay, training is a process of inculcating specific skills in a person. Okay, the process of inculcating the special skills in a person is a training, whereas education, okay, education is a process of inculcating general knowledge in classroom or in any institutions. Okay, basically training that is mainly focused on the skills, acquiring the skills, but education is focusing on acquiring the knowledge and also the general things. But here training just speak about a specific skill, but here when we talk about education, which mainly speak about the general things and the general knowledge. Let me give an example. If it is in training, okay, so maybe when you have a computer training, or I can say system operator training. Okay, think that if you're receiving a computer operator training, okay, so of computer operator training, maybe in Infosys, okay, computer operator training in Infosys. So when you receive a training in Infosys about computer operator, there you learn about how to deal with, how to operate the system software. You just operate software of Infosys, how to deal with, how to operate the software of Infosys company. You just learn about the systematic, the computer operation of that particular company. Yes, you are specific in that particular software. There you learn only about, you learn only about Infosys software there, where in training. Okay, but in classroom you learn, in classroom, you in education you learn everything. You learn about the computer, you learn about the computer software, you will get a general knowledge, you learn about the basic things, you learn about the general software. So in education you will not learn about one particular software. Have you ever seen any institutions who just teach, who they they just teach you different companies software, like they teach any software of Infosys or Wipro or any IBM or something like that? No. So no education institutions will teach you about the software in detail. They will not teach you the software of different companies in detail. They will just tell you about you have different soft they just in education, or maybe in the classroom, a teacher or maybe a lecturer, they will just give a instruction, they will give a information about the software. So you have you have different software, that's it. They will not teach you, or they will not uh, tell you that how to operate those software. Are you getting my points, what I'm trying to say? Yes. So there they will not teach you a particular software there. They will just give an idea about the software, how a software would be, how the software is. Okay, but when it comes to training, you will just learn about one particular thing there. What is software? That too, you will just learn about what XYZ software, what Infosys software, what is all about. You just learn about a single thing there. But when it comes to education, you will not learn a single things there. You will just learn in a general or maybe a conceptual way. Got it? Okay. So in that way, I can say process of inculcating the specific skill or in a person is known as training, whereas uh, process of inculcating or providing the general knowledge um, in a classroom or maybe in any institutions, which is known as education. I hope you are clear with the meaning, difference in the meaning of training and education. Next point is about base. So here training is based on practical knowledge, whereas a practical application, whereas education is based on theoretical application. I have already told you about this. In training you mainly learn how you mainly learn the practical aspects of a job. You know how to apply the theoretical knowledge in practical, in practically how to apply those concept and those theories. But when it comes to our education, you will just learn the you will just get an idea, you will just learn the knowledge of specific knowledge of general things, and that too you will learn in a theoretical way. Okay, let me give an example. So, have you ever seen any company who or any company who teaches physics, maths, and chemistry? Have you ever seen any company when you work, when you join a company and you receive a training program? Have you seen any company who just teach you about teach their employees about uh, physics, maths, chemistry, biology? No, right? You cannot see, but you can learn physics, maths, chemistry, or anything or any subject. You will learn in the education. You will learn in the classroom. That too, you will learn with the help of theory. So there you learn different theories. I can say, I can give one more example. Okay, so have you seen any company who just teaches the different theories like Maslow's theory and XYZ theory and two-factor theory? Have you seen? And have you seen any company who just teach you about the 14 principles of Fayol, Henry Fayol? No, right? Where you learn all these theories? You learn all these theories in a classroom, only in a education, right? So no companies or no training will provide you a theoretical knowledge. They will just tell you how to apply. Okay, but when it comes to education, you will just learn about the knowledge of the generalized concept there. But when it comes to a training, you will just learn how to apply, how to work with, okay, whatever you have knowledge. So see here, in education you learn all the knowledge, but when it comes, you will acquire the knowledge, but here in training you will just think how to interpret that knowledge, how to use that knowledge. Got it? Okay. The next point is involvement. Okay. Training. So training involves job experience, whereas education involves classroom learning. What is it? What does it mean? Involvement of job experience and involvement of classroom learning. Okay. Talking about involvement of job experience in training. Okay, in training we can see training involves job experience. Okay, so basically in training you learn the things, you learn the job skills, you learn the job behavior or maybe attitude, everything you learn in a job place. In training you learn all the knowledge or the specific skill or anything you learn in a job place. So here you will not go out any, you will not sit in any classroom or you will not sit in a one particular place, but here you will work along with the work you learn. Okay, you will work also, you will learn also, right? You will learn the things and also by working. Yes, here you get a place where you work and where you have to work and where you have to learn. Suppose I can give you example like um, um, you will learn how to how to make a sales by visiting to a marketplace. You will learn how to sell a product, so maybe by visiting to a marketplace or a sales place. And also you will work with the equipments, you will work with the machines, and you will work with the different equipments, different machines over in the organizations. Yes, that is how working with the equipments, or you will work or you will learn the things in a real work environment there. Yes, that is how by working you will get experience. Through experience you learn. With the help of job you will get an experience. With the job experience you learn. Okay, That is how. So in simply I can say you learn, training provides a job knowledge, and you training provides the job related skills or any aspects with the help of with the help of job area, or maybe with the help of workplace. Okay, it provides everything maybe in a workplace. Okay, or maybe in a real work environment. So there you need to work with the equipments, okay, machines, okay. But when we talk about education, education involves classroom learning, okay. So we can see in classroom you will not you will study everything by sitting in a one place. You will not go out of the institutions or anywhere. You learn everything in a classroom only, four walls. So there you will, if you're studying a concept called market, so I can give you examples. See, you have three different specialization. You have marketing specialization, you have finance, you have HR, human resource. So when you're studying all of them, okay, HR, okay. So have you seen any colleges? They will take their marketing students to the marketplace to teach about the marketing concepts. Have you seen any institutions, they take their finance students to the financial institutions to teach about the finance concept? Or have you seen any institutions or colleges, they take their HR students, okay, to the to different companies to teach about the concept, HR concept? No, right? We won't find, right? So here in classroom, you learn everything. Okay, you learn all the concept. Okay, almost all the concept by sitting in a one place. You will not go out. Okay, you will just learn the theoretical. You will get a theoretical aspects of the concept. So here you will not work, you will not learn by having a real work situation. Okay, you will not learn the things with the help of equipments. Okay, here you will not work with you will not sit with the equipments, you will not sit at the workplace, you will not sit with the machines. Okay, so without doing all these things, uh, you will learn the concept, that too at a classroom. By sitting in a one place you will learn. Got it? Okay, so here that is how training is about job experience, but education is about classroom learning. Okay, the next difference, that is term. Okay, so here basically training is a short term, but education is almost long term. Okay, so training, we know the term of the training is just maybe 3 to 6 months, or maybe I can say up to 2 years. Okay, maybe when you go to organization, maybe you'll be having a training of maybe a one month, or maybe a 2 months, or maybe a 1 week, or maybe a six up to 6 months. Okay, there you learn and there you uh, work. Yes, earn, and there you learn as well as you earn, right? Maybe you have a training program within a short period of time. Okay, you learn the job related aspects within a short period of time. Have you seen any employee who yes, who receive a training program maybe up to 10 years, or maybe up to 11 years? No, we can only find them. Maybe we can find them maybe in an involvement of uh, maybe a 1 year, maybe a 2 years, maybe a less than that, right? But when we talk about education, it's all about the long-term flow process, right? I can say which requires to become an educated, to get a qualification, to to be a qualified. So at least you have to you have to study I think more than 10, 15 years, more than 12 years, or maybe more than, I can say more than 15 years, right? More than 15 years at least, in order to get a good qualification, in order to become a educated, well educated, at least you must have to study at least 15 years, or maybe more than that. Okay, so here you have to complete your primary educations. Maybe that takes maybe a 7 years, or maybe after that again you have to complete your higher educations. Maybe that is maybe of you know um, 5 year, maybe of 3 years. Then after that you have pre-educations. Then after that you have uh, you know bachelor's degree, or maybe just undergraduation you have. Then after that you have post graduation, or maybe you have master degree courses. Yes, so to complete all these courses, uh, so it takes a long time, right? It takes too much time to person for a person to become an well educated. So education is a long term process which takes a to long time for a person or for an individual to become a well educated. Okay, that is how we can say training is a short term process, whereas education is a long term process almost. Next, uh, preparation. So talking about preparation, well, education, well, training. So training, which we know already that that is mainly focusing on the particular job, a specific job that help us to prepare only for the present job, right? That does only help us to prepare only for the present job, that only focus on the present job. But when it comes to education, that help us to make the preparation for future jobs, or maybe future uh, goal, right? So here when we talk about a training, okay, suppose when you enter into a company or enter into a job, so you will have to receive a training there. Yes, suppose if you're joining to a bank, okay, there you have to uh, focus on a bank. As a banker, okay, you have to focus on the bank job, or maybe what position you have. Suppose if you're if you are working as a, suppose if you are appointed as a uh, you know mm, probationary officer, or maybe I can say okay, probationary officer, okay, or maybe a clerk. Okay, so your responsibility or your focus is only uh, to fulfill the responsibilities and the needs of probationary officer or clerk. Okay, what responsibilities does probationary officer have? Okay, so what is the requirement of that particular job? So how that probationary officer should be, or probationary clerk should be? Yes, that is how. Suppose if it is a manager, or think that if it's a recruiting manager, okay, think that if you have joined as a recruiting manager, so before you join as a recruiting manager, so before you take up the position, so you'll be given a training, recruitment training, okay, a complete knowledge about the recruitment. There you learn, okay, so there your focus is only about the recruiting the people. A recruiting manager, what he does, he will, the main task of a recruiting manager is always make a manpower planning, or maybe recruiting the people. He has to choose which recruitment method is better, to choose the people, to choose the candidate. Yes, so here your focus is only about the job, your focus is only on the particular job. How to recruit the people, what how you can, how attractively you can, how what alternative you can use, and how attractively you can recruit, you can you can get the candidates for your organizations. So there, that recruitment training, that helps you to uh, become a good recruiting manager, right? Yes or no? Suppose if it is a computer training, or yes, if it is a system operator, if you're working as a, if you have joined as a system operator, you must receive computer training there. So that training will help you to focus on the system operation of that particular company. That help you to, or I can say that make you as a good system operator, right? That help you to become a good system operator in that particular organization, that is only focuses on the present job. I hope you're clear with that in point of training. Okay, so when we talk about education which help us, mainly help us to focus on the future, which make us to prepare for the future jobs. Okay, like now you are studying MBA. Okay, so MBA you are studying. So by studying this MBA, you will learn how to take the responsibility, and you learn how to respect others, and you learn how to face the challenges, how to search the jobs. Yes, how to build yourself. Yes, so how to communicate with others. Also, you learn the communication skill. I can say the soft skills you will learn. So all these skills, soft skills, and the behavior, all you will learn here in MBA course. So all of them which makes you to prepare for the future job. Yes, so here whatever you are making the preparation, okay, for your future jobs. So once you complete your MBA, then you will go on searching the job. Yes or wrong? Yes. So here this MBA course will help you to prepare for the future job. Maybe after MBA, now you are studying MBA HR. After the MBA, maybe you will become an recruiting manager, or maybe you will become an a good trainer, or maybe you will become an relationship manager. Yes, so it is up to you, and what kind of knowledge, uh, what skills you have, what extra qualification you have other than the MBA, how smart you are. So I can say, simply I can say, this education helps you to make smart enough. Okay, this MBA will help you to make smart, so that you can attract the new jobs skills, right? So that is how which education prepares for the future jobs. So by studying MBA, so you can focus, you will study, you will learn almost all the skills, you at least you try to acquire, at least you try to have the knowledge. Yes, so I can give you one more example. See here, in maybe after MBA, like now you're studying MBA, so here HR you're studying. So in HR you have different subjects: training and development, employee relationship, and stress management, performance management. You have different subject in HR. So who knows who will become a recruiting manager, who will become a trainer, who will become employee relationship manager, who will become a, all of them. So we don't know, right? So it is up to you. So with the help of this knowledge, you will get an idea. right? So you at least you can have a different subject knowledge. So by having all the knowledge, at least you will be knowing on what field you can focus on, what job, or maybe yeah, on what job you can focus, maybe which career I should choose, right? That is up to your decision. At least you will get an idea. But when it comes to a training, suppose if you're joined as a recruiting manager or maybe a trainer, so there you have to learn a training, about the training, how to give the training and how to conduct the training. If you're yes, if you have joined as a trainer or a training manager, yes, that will just teach you about one particular aspect there, that for that particular position. Got it? Yes. So here I can say education that help us to prepare for the future jobs, education training that help us to focus on the present job. Okay, and also I can say um, education is also help us to choose the correct path. Okay, it help us to choose the correct path. The next uh, difference is objective. Objective. Uh, the main objective of training, the objective or the goal of the training is always to improve the performance and the productivity of the organization. Yes, because since here training will be conducted by the organization, okay, normally, so the main intention of providing the training is always to improve the performance of the employee, or and also the productivity of the organization. Yes, but when we talk about education, okay, so here education is the main objective of education is to develop a sense of reasoning and judgment. As I already told you what is sense of judgment, so here educate the focus of education is to uh, you know prepare an individual to face the future challenges, and which help us to choose the decisions which help us to judge our own life. And also I can say which help us to judge the things what is right and what is wrong, which help us to judge the ethical values or the moral values. Okay, so what is right and what is wrong, what is to be done and what is not to be done. So because of education we get a sense of a knowledge, a sense of judgment, how to judge the others by considering social values, by considering the ethical values. Yes, so here you will learn respect, you learn self-respect. First you learn self-respect, then you will automatically you will give a respect to others. Okay, so all these social values and moralism, so you learn this ethical values. Okay, so you learn from the education. The final motive of the education is always to make a person or an individual to a good citizen or maybe a responsible citizen in a country. So all of them, whatever we have discussed, some of the points, they are the major difference among training and education. Firstly you studied about the meaning, difference in the meaning, that is training refers to an act of inculcating the specific skills in person, whereas education is all about gaining the theoretical knowledge in the classroom or any institutions. And also you uh, uh, studied a training is a way to develop specific skills, where education is a typical system of learning. And also you have seen the involvement of training and education, that is training is completely based on practical application, and which is just opposite in the case of education that involves theoretical orientation. And also you have seen about the uh, training involves the hands-on experience regarding the particular job, whereas education involves learning in the classroom, and the term of education is longer than the duration of training as well. And training prepares a person for a present job, but education prepares a person for future job and challenges. Okay. And the finally you learned the purpose of training is to improve the performance and productivity of employee, as opposed to education where the purpose is to develop a sense of reasoning and judgment. Okay. uh, During a training a person learns how to do a specific task, unlike education which teaches about a general concepts. So I can conclude that through the changing environment, okay, the approach towards training and education is also getting changed. Normally it is presumed that every employee who is going to take training has got some formal education, right? So without formal education we cannot we cannot take a proper training. Okay, so we can it is normally we can find every employee who is going to take a training who has got some formal education, maybe that is from school or maybe from college or any other education institution. Moreover, it is also true that there is no training program which is conducted without education. Yes, so here training is, in order to attend the training, at least we should have a theoretical knowledge. So without having theoretical knowledge we cannot even understand the practical things. So first we should know theoretical knowledge, then only we can apply into a practical, then only we can apply into practical world. So uh, there is no training program which is conducted, which is organized without education. Okay, education is more important for employees who are working, maybe who are working on a higher level as compared to the low level workers. Yes, with that we can see when we talk about education also, we can find highly educated people in the top level authority than in the low level workers. Maybe in the low level workers you can find the people who are having a unskilled, I can say unskilled workers you can find in the low level position. Okay, but you don't find a unskilled employees in the top level management or maybe in the middle level management. So I can say education is more important for the employees working on higher level or maybe middle level as compared to the low level workers. Although education is common for all the employees, yes, and which is regardless of their grades. Yes, so the firm should consider both the element, that is training and education, at the time of planning their training program, because there are instances when the employees need to take decisions themselves and about their work or maybe job, where the education is important as training. So I hope you are clear with the concept, that is training, difference between training and education. If you have any queries, if you have any doubt, you can ask me personally. You can ask me, or maybe you can post your questions in the comment box. So at least I can try to uh, I can try to give a solution. Maybe I will try my level best in the next class. Thank you for watching.